Little Timmy's a 5-year-old and is going to learn a whole lot of new words.
Yeah, I know, right?
Welcome to amorephillyunion, a podcast where we talk about how the Union are scoring touchdowns of their own. We are your hosts. I'm Paul.
And I'm E.
And we are Sealess once again. She's been dragged, pulled away this time from work, and we certainly will miss her.
Yep.
But thanks for tuning in and listening to us as we recount a very eventful game down in DC, as well as some after-game news articles and news updates that have been happening this week.
Yeah, man. It's been such a polarizing past couple of weeks, from one extreme to another. It's this weird, like, narrative symmetry going on. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this game and what we talked about last week, it was kind of quiet. Like we had the game to recap, and stuff like that. But like you were saying earlier, there were so many goals in this one that they didn't even all make the highlight reel.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It was just kind of like, oh, yeah, there's this goal. Okay, on to the next one. Here's another one. And here's another one.
Skip the third one, jump to the fourth one.
Yeah.
So, once again, we're not trying to make, we're assuming everybody that's listening is aware of what happened.
No spoilers.
The Union trounced DC 6-0. Not quite as bad as the beating that we got from Vancouver, but, the Union, once again, just showing some mastery over a team out of the East. They got on the score sheet early and
often.
And often, yeah. Score early, score often, keep scoring, and that's what the Union did. Going into the game, the out of the three remaining, they had DC, New York FC, and Charlotte, and the three of us all agreed that this was a game that the Union needed to win. We'd also been a little worried that the Union's offense was looking a little anemic, especially in that Revs game, which we kind of thought would have been the easier game of these groups, as the Union only managed to get one shot in the net against the Revs. And I'll admit, there was a lot of pain on the field down in DC, but seeing Sullivan come off as early as he did, was very, very worrying.
Yep.
And then, putting Aura back on. Well, I guess we should start with the lineup, but basically, I kind of already said it. Sullivan did come off, and they moved Olowski back from a forward position and put Aura on. That left Damiani up top with Aura, and then Vassilev and Olowski at the attacking midfield, where Sullivan had been in there instead of Olowski. The defensive midfielders, was that back to Lukic and Danley?
Our favorite buddy cop show has returned.
Which I still feel like they need to remake that sequence from Miami Vice that I posted into.
Yeah, I saw the
in the air tonight. Maybe we can convince C to put a link to that Instagram thing. I would love to see them redo that with Lukic and Danley. That would be great.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. That or like Starsky and Hutch or something. I don't know.
Well, I thought it was kind of cool being, Crockett and Tubbs. I can see Lukic pulling off the socks with the shoes without the socks and the rolled up blazer and all. So. And then center defense was Glesnes and was it Makanya was back?
Yeah, he was back.
Yeah, he was back.
Wasting no time though. He got a yellow card in this game, so.
For mouthing off, which just walk away. Just walk away.
I mean, when you're up too, but okay, never mind. We'll
get back
one thing at a time. Yep.
And then Wagner out left, Westfield out right, and once again Blake in net.
Yeah, good to see old Blake back in net.
Yeah, it definitely set a very stable lineup, very, very solid lineup. You hope for good things.
Uh, I don't know if it's worth mentioning just on the flip side of the field, literally, Farr,
Yes.
DC United's keeper.
Yes.
This was his very first MLS game.
Wow.
Um, yeah, this is gonna be a hard one to come back from, It's just like given your your statistics are gonna be shot to hell
Oh, it
after
wasn't
this game.
Westfield. Sorry, it was Harriel that was outright. Sorry,
Yeah,
just looking at the lineup notes, I just noticed that. Yes, you're right though. Far is going to be like he was probably having a little flashbacks or something like that. This was a
well,
rough one to be a first MLS start.
I mean, statistically speaking, it's only uphill after this game, but you never know. But still, this was a rough first game ever in MLS for him.
Yeah. So I'm just looking through. So they made the sub for Quinn Sullivan in the 13th minute.
Yikes. I knew it was early. Yeah, it's like we were talking earlier. This is a Faustian bargain. We get 6 goals against DC United, and yet we lose Quinn Sullivan.
I
Um,
mean, going into the game, it was raining down there in DC, which automatically, it's going to make it a bit of a messy field. It's going to be sloppy. People are
yeah,
going to be more likely to slide, more likely to strain things in certain ways that they otherwise wouldn't,
yeah,
even with the different studs types that they use. I don't. I remember there was a lot of banging of bodies in this game from the start,
mm,
and I know Sullivan kind of got on the short end of a couple of them, but I don't remember the actual foul that saw him kind of go off because he kept playing through things. So I don't know if it was the final foul that took him out, or it felt like they took him off to the sideline for a while, and he tried to work through it. But yeah, I mean, the word that came out afterwards that he posted himself was that he tore his ACL.
yep, yep. When I look online, like the Union site and MLS website, there's no listing of injuries about him. But um, I mean, I take Quinn at his social media posting, word.
The
Uh,
Union did post a news article. I'm just checking to see if that came out today. Yeah, no, it came out yesterday that they did announce that he will miss the rest of the
yeah,
2025 season due to the injury.
yeah,
Yeah. But then they posted Quinn's messages as well, and how he wished he never had to post this message, but he
yeah,
has torn his ACL and will be out for the remainder of
yep,
the season. I don't know what the recovery time is on that, but it's a heartbreak.
absolutely.
It's obviously his best year of his career,
Hmm. I
and
mean,
he was a spark in the Union's attack.
yeah,
He has been all season. He was starting to get back on that track. He was starting to play with that hard-headed, aggressive style of play that we've kind of come to know from Quinn. And you always hate long-term injuries at any time, but it's especially rough on a player that's been playing that well. He had gotten called up to the national team. He was getting some
yeah,
looks
yeah,
and getting some interest. He will be missed.
yeah. I mean, he's been a shining star on the team this season, and like you said, this has been, I don't know if breakout is the right word for this year. I mean, this is just continuing like his performance from previous seasons, and yeah, I mean, I think he was a vital part to this team.
His contributions have gotten him to where they are today.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's powerful. He's fast.
He runs forever.
He runs all 90.
He is the quad father.
He's the quad father. He's got that McGlynn, like he just tries stuff, whatever. I'm 40 yards out. Yeah, I'll rip a shot. Let's see what happens.
Two
Yeah.
guys in front of me. I'll try to dribble them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a blow, to be honest, and I mean, depending on how far the Union get, right? I mean, hopefully we go the full distance this season, but uh,
I mean, whatever happens, he's a major contributor to the team's
absolutely.
success.
Whatever hardware we lift this season, I hope Quinn is there. they get them out in the field, or at
Yep,
least,
absolutely.
to join it. Maybe not the actual ceremony with people and kids and whatnot, but when they're all walking around the field and, anyone can come up and lift and kiss the trophy. Yeah, I really hope he's there for it.
He has earned that. He has
Yeah.
absolutely earned that, and
Yeah.
it's terrible to see his season end the way it did. But he went out playing, and he's not done. Obviously, he'll be back next year. But
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
so very
he's
sad to see that one happen. It was not the only worrying injury in this game. But let's talk about
yeah.
Quinn's replacement, who I think rightly earned man of the match for this game when they brought Mikael Ora on.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if he was playing angry, if he was playing inspired,
I think
if
inspired.
he just, got a care package from home and was super excited to be playing that night. Just whatever it was, there was a fire under Ora's butt from the time he got on the field. And he sparked the first goal. This first goal was a great pass down the left-hand side, or a streaking down past a bunch of the DC defense, makes a beautiful cross to the place where none of the defenders, the keeper couldn't get it, and Damiani just easily taps home the first
Yeah.
goal, the game-winning goal for the Union.
This one was kind of like a more. So in our notes here, I put the phrase exercise demons because this is kind of like the antidote to the Vancouver game. Now, I know we lost 7-0 on this one. We only won 6. You know what? This is close enough for government work, in my opinion, in the sense of resetting the balance. And I still remember that first goal. I think it was the first goal that Vancouver scored against us. It was almost identical. It was, someone, I don't remember who the Vancouver player were, but left side in the box, quick pass right across in front of the goal. Vancouver player, second player comes running in, just nails it right into the back of the net. This is like it was like another version of that. A little slower, a little bit more controlled, but it felt kind of similar. Just this bringing in the left, quick pass, our guys right there in front, you just tap it into the net. It's total like lesson one on FIFA, right? It's just
Right. Very intentional, very
yeah,
deliberate.
yeah,
I would also say that, uh, um, while we kind of, there, you could make the argument that Damiani sort of opportunistically scored that goal, poached that goal in the Revs game. This was clearly Damiani's goal. I mean, Ora saw him making the run. He played that into the space where only Damiani could get to it. And Damiani makes that great run that a good forward would make, and cleanly wins this, sends this ball into the net. Far basically had no chance at anything on this one. It was definitely well done. But I just want to keep going on Aura real quick,
yeah.
because I really do feel like he came in and made this game his own, because technically the second Philadelphia Union goal is listed as an own goal off of one of the DC defenders. But this was Aura's goal. He made the
Yeah.
run. He fought for the ball in the box. He actually fires it. It goes off of two DC defenders, including one of their faces,
Yep.
and over the goalkeeper and into the net for the Union's
Yeah.
second goal.
I think if your shot goes off another player's face and it scores, it should still count as your goal.
I mean, I get why it's an own goal, is that it went off of two defenders before
Yeah.
going in the
Yeah.
back of the net. But it was Aura's shot that
Yeah.
made this goal. And he fought for this ball. He fought to make the turn, and he got that shot off just viciously and
Yeah.
strong enough to go off of two defenders and score.
Yeah.
Was it fortunate? Yeah, you could argue that,
Yeah.
but at the same point, he sometimes you make your own luck.
Yeah. Right. We all know the success equation, right? And
I can
you know,
already see Christy right now cringing right now as you
no,
try to
no.
remember what that is.
Training plus opportunity plus motivation divided by anyway. Yeah, what's the saying, right? If you had to choose between being good or being lucky, I choose being lucky. And
Yep.
um, yeah, it's this weird. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if there's pressure off, but Damiani, it's like all you think was the line from the Matrix. He's starting to believe,
Aura, you mean?
and Damiani too.
Oh.
Just like I'm happy to see. I have to start getting used to watching Damiani score. Um, I like to think we play some small part in that turnaround story. But yeah, but I agree. Aura was just he was man of the match. I mean, I think he's got
Well, let's yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he wasn't done.
No.
Because yes, this double double doink or whatever you want to call this goal. Then in the second half, in the 51st minute, Indiana Vassilev scores off of an Aura assist. I don't remember Indy's goal per se.
Well, it was a shot on net and it was
That's
deflected
right.
out and Indy came running in
That's right.
and
Aura
just
put the shot
cleaned it
out.
up.
And Indy made a great run. He was the only one who made the run, and he
Yeah.
latched onto the rebound and fired it
Yep.
near post.
Yeah. Yeah. Low and low left corner. And it's always good seeing Indy score. I don't know why. He's just this little feisty bulldog of a player. And it's always good to see guys like that get rewarded with a goal.
And Mel and Jim all enjoy seeing him
Exactly,
tackle.
right. The folks in St. Louis can vicariously celebrate through their former player.
Yep. But that was not the end
Oh my
of
gosh.
Aura's contribution to the game. So at that point, he had an own goal and two assists. And in the 62nd minute, he would finish the scoring for the Union off of a Milanowski assist. And Aura just, just
Yeah.
a clinical finish.
This was a classic Aura goal. He's off to the races, defenders on his heels. Alassi just feeds the ball right in front of Aura, and he's already has the defender beat. And this was essentially Aura's goal to miss. And yeah, and this is
He
what that
didn't.
was the 62nd minute. Yeah,
That's what I have.
yeah. It's just I agree. This was Aura's game, man of the match.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Good.
So what? So it's two assists and a goal,
Well, two assists and
two
a
goals.
personal goal and an own goal that he
Yeah,
caused.
yeah.
I get
So
that they're not calling it, but I really feel like it was a double brace for him.
yeah,
Two goals and two assists.
yeah,
It was a fantastic performance.
yeah.
Now that said, Damiani had a goal. Vassilev had a goal. Vassilev had two goals, sorry,
Yep.
and
One of them
Molosky
being,
had a goal.
and one of them was I think it was Aura. I don't know if it counted as an assist, but it was Aura who fed the ball to Vassilev for his second goal, um, which was a
Yes.
weird kind of like the ball was actually almost lagging too far behind Vassilev and just
Oh,
dragging that.
that was the one that he got the official assist on. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
yeah,
Yeah, it was kind of half behind, and Aura got his head up, saw Vassilev making the run into the box, and Vassilev doing some sort of, contortionist maneuver, still
yeah. It
managed.
was.
He got a lot of power on that shot.
It was. I mean, it might just be a simple, he was moving kind of quickly, so he had a little bit of a head of steam built up. So he just carried that, connected it to the ball. But yeah, it was a weird kind of a wonky connect with the ball, and it was like as I saw that like in those initial instances as it was unfolding, I'm like, yeah, this is going to go nowhere. Oh no, nope, it's going to go in. It's a goal. Okay,
It was one of those nights.
yeah,
Everything the Union put near frame went on frame,
absolutely.
and Far
Um,
couldn't stop it.
I mean, Alaski too was just he has a nose for
Yes.
goals. Like he had at least two other opportunities to score that either went wide or there was that one shot I thought it was going in, but it just went wide of the net.
Yeah.
And he is just cruising for goals. Like he is dangerous
Yeah.
out there.
He
Um,
arguably had, I mean, it was almost too hard to figure out which of the attackers should win this one because Damiani had a goal and an assist.
mhm.
Ora had a goal, an own goal, and two
Yeah.
assists.
Yeah.
Alosky had a goal and two assists. Vassilev had two goals.
Yeah.
So it's like, in any other game, any one of them would have won it. But
Yeah.
this game, it was a toss up to see who was going to get that.
Embarrassment of riches almost, you know.
Now it'll be interesting to see if they can maintain that moving forward. Because if they can maintain that high level of attacking aptitude
Yeah.
into the playoffs,
Yep.
there's not a team in this league who isn't going to be terrified of playing the Union. Not scared, terrified of playing the
Yeah.
Union, especially if the Union end up winning the Supporters Shield and
Hmm.
hosting the
Yep.
playoff games.
Yeah, it's gosh, what was it? So when was the Vancouver game? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks
2 weeks.
ago?
Yeah,
So
ago it was Vancouver, then Revs, then DC.
I mean, that game was such a low. It was an absolute pothole in terms of
Right.
our season. And
Then it was followed up with that loss at Nashville,
yeah, I mean it was an anemic loss. We lost what? One
three to
nothing,
one.
right?
Well, 7-0 against Vancouver, 3-1 against
Or 3-1.
Nashville.
That's right. We got one goal. So that was not anemic. That was just a standard loss. And so it really felt like, the wind was out of our sails at this point. And then, like at the end of the season, you don't want that, right? And then what happened? We got so that was the Open Cup,
Then
and
we had
then
the
Revolution,
Revs.
and then we won that 1-0. And it's like, all right, it's a win, which is what we need. But man, we really need something more. And now we just got this 6-0 win. So now I feel like the momentum is building. Hopefully the timing is really good. We got two more games to go. Let's lock up this open or the supporter shield. Let's carry this momentum in the playoffs, but we'll see. We'll see. It's um,
Well, before
yeah.
we get into talking supporter shield, let's talk. There were some other concerning um, issues in this game where Raffinella
Hmm.
subbed on and then
Hmm.
subbed off because of injury. Um,
Yeah,
and
that's right. He was
even
only out there for
Wagner, even Wagner was holding,
yeah,
I don't remember if it was his knee or his leg or something like that, where, he was obviously experiencing some pain.
yeah,
So it's some very important cogs for this team showing that they've
wear and tear.
played over 30 games of
Yep,
professional soccer this year,
yep.
and that it's starting to. I don't know if it's. Do you think it's a we're seeing the wear build up to the point where they're starting to get injured, or was it the particular game, or was it the particular opponent? What do you think?
Yeah, right. Just a basic kind of calculus, right? When injuries tend to come when you're pushing as a team. And this game I mean, especially after the first half when we're up 3-0, you can almost play more maintenance soccer at that point. So I don't know. Maybe it was the wet conditions, maybe I don't know. I gotta imagine if I had to pick something, I would say the combination of the conditions, and it's been a long season. And with those wet conditions, you don't have as much control, between your feet and the ground. Maybe tendons and whatnot are getting stressed a little too much in this weather. It's always like when we would play pickup soccer, right? And you always go, let's play one more game, right? Five aside or whatever. And it's that one game where,
It's that
maybe you've been
last
play
game.
exactly, right? You've been playing for like over an hour or so, and someone gets hurt, but not seriously. And wiser heads prevail, but like, all right, you know what, guys, let's stop playing. Because if we keep going, somebody will get hurt. And so maybe that's kind of where we're at. I don't know, right? We've been playing for 32 games.
Yeah.
This is going to build up. You throw in wet conditions, stuff like this can happen. But yeah, you're right. It's like this Wagner, Raffinella, and of course, Quinn. Um, it's a lot.
It is.
Yeah, this is,
It's
like I said,
worrying. As nice as it was to see the shutout, as nice
yeah,
as it was to see the six goals,
yeah,
you see Wagner and Raffinella showing signs of wear, and then you hear, Quinn done for the season.
yeah,
That's scary.
yeah.
We've got two more games left. There's a week break between,
Yep.
Saturday, a break, a Saturday off, and then a Saturday game.
Yeah.
So, they've got a decent schedule for it, other than, they're going to have a little bit of a chill out period, which could be good or bad. We'll have to see.
Hmm.
Hopefully, with that last break before the end of the season, they'll have some time to heal up,
Yeah,
which would be
absolutely.
great, but not totally cool down. But we'll have, yeah, and then just trust that Carnell can keep them moving, because the Union are in the driver's seat for the Supporter Shield now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Miami ended up with a 1-1 draw in Toronto, and now
Thank
the
you,
Mac.
Chicago.
Yeah, what was it? Who did Chicago take care of?
No, they just played Chicago played Miami, I believe. It was a high scoring game.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, was it Chicago?
Thought it was Chicago.
Yes, it was 5-3,
Five to
I
three, I
think.
think. Yeah, it was an 8 goal game.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I mean, either way, now I think the maximum that the at Miami can get is like 65 or 66 points or something like that, and the
Yeah.
Union can get up to 69. So,
Yeah.
uh, so if the Union win their last two games, nobody can catch them.
I think so. I have the matrix set up here. Basically, the Union only need to win one of their next 2 games, and we lock Supporter Shield. So basically, the criteria is this. So the Union will clinch Supporter Shield if we win versus New York City, like this
Okay.
weekend. And then after that, it gets very convoluted. We can draw versus New York City, and then Miami has to lose or draw versus New England, and Cincinnati has to lose or draw at New York, and Vancouver has to lose and draw versus San Jose, and LAFC has to lose or draw versus Atlanta. So that's option 2, if you could follow all that. Option 3 is we will win Supporter Shield if Miami lose or draw versus New England, and it's a whole litany of things. But like you said, basically we're in the driver's seat, and as long as we win one of these games, yeah, if we win one of
I
these
think you're
games,
right.
we will
Yeah, I'm
lock
just
up.
I'm just looking through it here. LAFC somehow or another still has 4 games to play.
Yeah.
They're at 53 points. If they
Hmm.
won all of them, they could get to 65, which would put them ahead of the Union right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, let's see. Vancouver has 3 games to go. They're at 57 points. So if they won all of them, they could get to 66 points, which would put them 3 points ahead of where the Union are right now.
Hmm.
San Diego has 2 games left. They're also at 57 points. If they won them both, they could tie. They could get to 63 points with the Union. So once again, if the Union were to win one of their games, they would outstrip Vancouver, LAFC, or they would outstrip San Diego and LAFC, and Vancouver could only tie them in total
Yep.
points. So the Union would need at least a win and a draw to guarantee they beat the West Coast teams.
Hmm.
In the East Coast teams, Cincinnati is at 59 points and they have 2 games left, so they could get to 65. So if the Union gets a win, the Cincinnati can't catch them.
Yep.
Miami then has 3 games to go at 56 points, so they could reach 65 points. So again, if the Union win one game, the only ones that could tie them would be Vancouver. And if the Union get a win and a draw, nobody can catch them.
Yeah.
But let's just go for 2 wins, guys.
But I'm pretty sure, I think it's as long as we win one game, we lock it up.
I don't know what the tiebreaker is. You could very well be right that
Yeah.
the Union might have the edge of the tiebreaker over
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Some other quick comments about the game, and this is coming from Christy. She sent me her notes.
Of
So,
course she did.
so
Of course
here's
she did.
here's our Christy's thoughts for the game. Um, so first, this one is great. So uh, Damiani, Ora, and Vassilev is now the triangle, the triangle of death. Now the trio of prove Christy wrong. So basically, these are all the players that she expressed concerns about sometime during the season, and now they are serving Christy up some humble pie, I guess. Also, and when we were watching the game, we noticed this too, and Christy pointed this out. The um, camera shots of the Union fans in the stands, and the fact that it was raining and everyone had all this slicked hair. She just basically said, "Does it look like cast members from The Outsiders?" Which I think it totally works for our brand. Which the whole "no one likes us" as The Outsiders, perfect. Um, Also, the indie hip shake dance thing he would
Uh-huh.
do is phenomenal. Like it's like what is this like
His
a
little tango
little
thing or
tango or something?
merengue.
Because I think when Olaski scored, I think
Yeah.
Olaski tried doing the dance, and then like you see like Indy kind of back up, like no, this is how you do it, and then just like really like stepped into it, which was yeah. So I don't know what it calls like the Vassilev Shimmy, or I don't know. We'll workshop that one, but and the other thing too is Christy mentioned this a couple times during the game, and that is, and even the announcers talked about Olaski's scoring record when he was with San Diego.
Yeah.
Why would someone get rid of Olaski? I mean, I'm so glad we got him,
All
but this
right.
guy
I
is just
honestly do think it's part of that whole I forget the Philly Union too. Was it Sal Olivas? No. There was a Union player that they sent to San Diego. I really think there was kind of a handshake deal that
right.
the Union essentially sent one of their young studs out there to I'm gonna kick myself for not remembering who that is. He's playing well for San Diego. But I have a feeling like that was kind of what it was. Is like, hey, we like Iloski here. We'll send you one of our young up and comers. You guys make an agreement not to make a deal for Iloski, and then we'll bring him in, and that way we avoid some of the transfer uh, red tape that MLS would have.
Yes, it's kind of like under the table kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's a behind the
It's
scenes kind of a
bartering.
transfer.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you got change for a forward. It's like yeah,
How about a midfield, and
yeah. That's got
you
to
can
be
throw in some cash for it.
two defenders and a physio. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Um,
I got a bag of balls.
um, so Christy put out a survey this weekend as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know she did either. So this is pretty cool. So she put this out on Sunday after the game. So there's a couple, three questions she threw out to the folks out there. And so everyone for listening who checked out our survey, hey, thanks for doing that. Keep the input coming because it's pretty cool. So the first question was um, regarding the result of the shellacking that we gave DC, and the question was, well, DC having no Tamar did not make them dangerous. Did you call it? And so so basically, one, you knew it would be a drubbing. Two, thought it should be a drubbing, but, or three, take nothing for granted at this point. And 60% of the people who replied were saying take nothing for granted at this point. The other two had about a
Not it.
20% reply rate. But now here's a good one. But at what cost? Right? Are we worried
Right.
about the player injuries? And so one, Quinn and Rafa are young, just knocks for Indy and Kai. Two, I don't know. Did you see Quinn and Kai hobbling off? Three, again, taking nothing for granted at this point. I don't know, do you want to guess what the number
Oh,
one?
going with the take nothing for granted at this
Yeah,
point.
take nothing for granted. Half the people said that. The smallest one though was Quinn and Rafa Young, just knocks for Indy and Kai, 17%. You know, I hope that's the way it is, right? I hope
Well, we know it's not for Quinn, but
yeah,
hopefully it is for Kai and Indy and Rafa.
yeah. So I mean, hopefully, youth and conditioning and good physio support will minimize the downtime for everybody.
Yep.
So this one though, this third question is just awesome. So here it is. So the category is finally, would you pay for a service in which C stops believing in you so that your luck turns around? So your options are, and it's title is Be Honest. One, where do I sign? Two, no, I'm not sure she has that power. Or three, what? This is awesome. Like two
I'm gonna go with
thirds.
one just because it was a silly
Yeah.
one.
2/3 of the people voted, where do I sign? It's kind of like this is before the Red Sox broke the curse.
Right?
I forget who it was. It was a comedian just basically saying like, every team I root for loses, and basically made the joke about like, I offer my services to anybody out there. I'm happy to root for your nemesis just so that they will lose. Um, but there you go. Um,
That's
yeah,
funny.
that's pretty
Good
cool.
on her for
Yeah.
putting them out there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So definitely keep an eye on the Instagram feed over the weekends as games happen because Christy gets inspired and
Yeah.
puts these sorts of things out there.
Yeah. These are some,
Those were good. Those were
yeah,
really
really
good.
good.
All right. So other news. We kind of already talked about most of the major news stuff going on with regards to the team and Quinn and being injured and out for the season. And a bunch about the game. Westfield is away with the U20s for the World Cup,
Yep.
and in the first game against New Caledonia, the boys, put a hurting on them, 9-1, and Westfield got a goal.
Yeah.
So good
Not
on
bad for a
him.
defender.
Absolutely. Let's see. Well, the Union launched a mobile app for those who are interested in that, but there was a trio of Union players who made the team of the match day. Let me just double check here and see if they all got starts. Yes, they did, I believe. Vassilev, Voloski, and Aura were all named to the team of the match day. So congrats to the group. And then just a little something that came out but today from I've read it. I think today was Tom Bogert reporting that Jim
Hmm.
Curtin has removed his name from consideration for
Yeah.
the Revs head coaching
Yeah.
position.
Yeah. And I think there was some sort of mention about maybe due to family issues and some vague thing like that. And
Yeah.
it's bittersweet because I'll be honest, it's going to be weird when Curtin comes back in and to be on, if he takes control of a team in the Eastern Conference, that's going to be weird. If he went out west, it's like,
Yes.
all right, that's almost like a whole different league, right? But so I was a little relieved, like, okay, we won't have to worry about dealing with or playing against, Jim Curtin when if he's ahead in charge of the Revs. But then it's kind of sad or whatever. It's like, oh man, like I hope it's nothing too bad or,
Yeah. The family issues. The statement
exactly.
is it's concerning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it will
Just
be
well,
interesting to see if and when he does materialize on a team in MLS.
it's a good point. I almost wonder if he pulled his name out because he's getting considerations from elsewhere. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I still would like to see him go abroad. I don't know. I think he'll go abroad, do that for a couple of years, and then take control of the U.S. national team, and we finally win the World Cup. That's
There you
just,
go.
you know,
Just spitballing here,
just
guys.
spitballing, kind
Just
of low hanging
spitballing.
fruit here, but
Let's see what the soccer gods or the soccer
yeah,
scribes or the soccer writers might think about that sort
yeah.
of an idea.
Maybe if Messi becomes like a coach and coaches the U.S. team,
Yeah.
the soccer writers will be like, all right, it's time for the U.S. to finally win a World Cup.
All right. No, I mean it was a very, very eventful week so far. And yeah, so this is Wednesday. So the US U20s play tomorrow against France.
Hmm.
And then their third game is on Sunday. Trying to remember who that was against now, but that's okay. You can look
Uh,
it up.
where are these games being played? Are they here in the U.S. or is it
I think they're in Spain,
in
is
Spain?
where the
Okay.
U20 World Cup is.
Wow, Spain in October, that's got to be pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
Spain, insert month, it's got to be pretty nice. Um, I got one other quick little blurb here.
Absolutely.
Chrissy just forwarded this along from from her hotel room in Dallas. So apparently, this weekend, the union are announcing a new initiative to give free tickets to fans attending their first soccer game.
Oh,
That's
that's
pretty
awesome.
sweet. So this, starting with Saturday's game against New York City FC, the club will allocate space in Sewer Park's River End stand. So that's always a great experience.
Whoa.
Yeah, to give newcomers an up and close taste of the passionate atmosphere that makes the sport special. There's a couple more pieces of information here. Yeah, I got to imagine, I guess hopefully there's something on the website. So I don't know if you've never been to a Union game, you got no reason not to go. They're giving away free tickets. And this is going to
I
be a
wonder
big
about
game.
that. I kind of wonder about that. Like the idea of giving away tickets in the Sons of Ben section.
Yeah, right.
Like for adults, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Little,
kids,
this is little Timmy's first time.
little Timmy's a 5-year-old and is going to learn a whole lot of
It's,
new words.
yeah, I know, right? It's gonna be interesting, in school on Monday. Where did you learn this word? And he just starts singing, "No one likes us, no one likes us."
Or the teacher, tries to pass out some papers and you start hearing a YSA chant coming from Timmy's side of the field.
Your socks have holes.
That's right. Wow. So, yeah, the Union do have their game against New York City FC this Saturday. Final home game for the season.
Yeah.
You Thank You is the theme for the night.
Yep.
So they got some special things going on, including some parachute drops at halftime where they drop them out of the catwalk and they
Oh,
have like
sweet.
little prizes in them.
Oh, cool.
So at halftime, watch out for the people in the catwalks and see if they toss one down to you
On the catwalk.
on the
On the
catwalk.
catwalk.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Chris and I are going to be at this game too. So I don't know. Maybe we'll wear our more Union or more Philly Union swag. And if you see us, come up and say hey.
Looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend
Yeah.
again for weather. So
So if the Union, if the Union win this game, they will officially win Supporter Shield. So will they present the shield at the end of the game? I think they
I
did that
hope
last
so.
time, right?
I hope so.
Right? Because last time I remember it was like the shield had to kind of float around to see like who might actually, or
Yeah, and then
if,
there was a problem getting it where it needed to go.
yeah. So
Yeah, if that's the case, if the Union win this weekend and clinch it, at the very least, I hope they pull their Captain America
yeah,
shield out of the
exactly.
display case and go parade it around and
Yeah,
definitely try to get a picture with it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And I gotta like their chances, in all honesty. I mean, NYCFC, obviously it's a playoff level level team. They're currently sitting in third in
yeah,
the East.
yeah,
They're potent. Matt Freeze is still is out there. They've got some attacking
yeah.
capabilities. Uh, but I mean,
I mean, they
I
still have a
still
chance to move into the second place slot, which is, you know, it's still incentive to go into the playoffs at a higher
yes,
position. So
yes.
this game is this is not a formality by any stretch. Not to mention Miami's right on your heels. So
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, but I do like our chances. I would give the Union an edge. Um,
so what do you
Is
hope
it
is
enough? Is it enough of an edge to make that into a win? I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
yeah,
It depends on if the scoring magic can keep going. I kind of do think it's going to be a Union victory this weekend.
yeah. So what do you want to see in anything in particular, other just just the win and get supporter shield?
I'd like to see the attacks continue.
Yeah,
I don't think we need a 6-goal win,
yeah,
but a 3-goal win,
yeah,
like a 3-1 victory or 3-0 victory would be very satisfying way to end the season at home and hoist the supporter shield.
yeah. Yeah, I want to see the win. I want to see it. That's what I like to see. And dare I say it, I want to see Damiani get another goal. You know, if the
Make a
momentum,
believer.
yeah, and or two. We've waited all season to see what we saw this past game or two. So
Yep.
let's just let's just ride this wave.
Bring the magic, boys.
Yeah. And it'd be cool to see a trophy lifting ceremony too. So all the more
In
reason.
person? Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
sweet. That would really be sweet. I hope we get to see it. I hope all of you are able to make it and get down there and enjoy the game.
Yeah.
It's going to be gorgeous. That's what I've got for this week. Anything else, E?
No, that's all I got.
All right. So, as always, you can find us at our website, amorephillyunion.com. Definitely send us any questions via email or socials, especially Instagram, and we'll be sure to include them on the pod
Yeah,
for
check out
email.
the surveys too when Christy posts them.
Absolutely. Always look for them Saturday, Sunday when she gets inspired. So email us at pod@amorephillyunion.com. You can find us on Instagram for our surveys, or on YouTube, Threads, and Bluesky at amorephillyunion. Definitely check out the Spotify playlist, or what did you call it? The soundtrack
The
to
soundtrack. Yeah.
the AmpU soundtrack.
The AMPU soundtrack.
Definitely tune in. You can find that on our links, in our different.
The link tree and like the
What do they call it? Well, you know what I mean.
yeah,
Just find it
it's
through our.
internet something.
All right. So if you do want some AmpU swag, definitely check out our online store. It's right there on our webpage. You can find it as well as in our link tree. Download and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. And while you're at it, go show some love for one of our favorite forces for good in the world, the Philadelphia Union Foundation. Check them out at at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. Thanks everyone for tuning in for another episode of A More Philly Union. We're your hosts. I'm Paul.
And I'm E.
We miss you, C. Go,
Go
Union!
I think it's funny how we start, just from our notes, we abbreviate it, but now we're actually verbalizing our abbreviated name of AmpU.
Yep.
Yeah. AmpU.
AmpU.